Well, hello out there, everyone. Um, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Allen Gunnels. I'm somewhat of an aspiring, struggling horror writer. Um, I have a book out right now from Sideshow Press that collects two of my novellas. Um, we have Whisonant, which is a ghost story of sorts set on a college campus, and flip it over, and you have Creatures of the Light, which is a post-apocalyptic creature feature sort of tale. I've decided to do a brief reading from one of the novellas, Creatures of the Light. Uh, Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and it won't come across as too spastastic. Um, but I'm going to give it a shot. And here we go. Again, this is from my novella, Creatures of the Light. "It's almost dawn," Rudy said, pointing out the broken window toward the distant horizon. A faint rose-colored glow was seeping up over the edge of the world, and the stars were fading from the sky. "We'd better get back." Zaxby stuffed a few more dented cans of corned beef hash into his pack and slung it across his shoulders. The thing was so heavy that it almost toppled him over, but he regained his balance, hunched forward, and hurried for the door. Rudy hefted the cardboard box full of bottled water and followed. They loaded the supplies into the back of the pickup, along with some blankets and sleeping bags they'd already collected. It had been a fairly successful night of scavenging, but the sun was peeking up over the horizon, setting the heavens on fire. Zaxby climbed behind the wheel, Rudy jumping into the passenger seat, and they peeled off down Harper Road, avoiding the immobile hulks of abandoned automobiles. Zaxby sped down the streets, the truck bouncing over the ruts and potholes in the road, jostling him and Rudy around like beans in a maraca. He felt as if he were trying to outrun the sun, which in a way he was. He kept glancing in the rearview mirror, making sure that the creatures hadn't crawled out of their hidey holes yet. They usually didn't appear on the streets until the previous night had been entirely banished by the new day, and Zaxby hoped to be safely ensconced in the compound by then. "Maybe we shouldn't have gone so far," Rudy said, scanning the dark facades of the houses they passed. "Had no choice," Zaxby said, his hands tight on the wheel as he maneuvered around two cars that had locked bumpers in the middle of Tremont Avenue. "Supplies are getting scarce. We gotta go out farther to find 'em." "How long's it been?" Rudy was a little lacking in the smarts department, the body of a man, but the mind of a child. "Not quite a year yet." "Seems longer. I almost can't remember what it was like before they came." Zaxby grunted a response, but he knew exactly what Rudy was talking about. 10 months ago, the world had irrevocably changed, annihilating even the memory of what life had been like before. The years that Zaxby had spent in the daylight, walking freely in the sun without trepidation, seemed like some sort of dream, distant and hazy. His life now was defined by fear and caution, a life lived in the shadows, a midnight existence. He had almost forgotten how it was to live any other way. And that's just a little taste. If you're interested in the book, it is available from Sideshow Press at sideshowpressonline.com. It's $15 for the paperback, which, like I said, has the cool design of being a flip book. Um, I believe there are some deluxe hardcovers also available, which are $50. But very economical for 15 here. So again, I hope this wasn't too spastastic, and if it turns out not to be too much of a disaster, maybe I'll be doing some more. So thank you for your time, and